Hello again, Rebecca here, and welcome to the first class of my Simple to Stunning layout design. Today we are working, this whole week we're going to work on the L design. Now, I am using the Echo Park Lumberjack collection for the first layout this week. And each week will have 3 different layouts, but it'll just build off of the previous day's layout. So this is everything that I had stuck in that little page kit that I had. Well, it's a collection and then I added to it. We're going to be using 2 photos for all layouts this week. And this one is going to be of my son for his birthday. That was him opening his goodie bag from his grandma, my mom. I pull out this very dark charcoal cardstock, and that is going to be the base for our layout today. Now this layout is super simple because that is the first layout in the series. It is meant to be super simple. So I am just looking through all the pattern papers and showing you all the full sheets that I still have. I do have this red 8.5 by 11 cardstock and some scraps. Now I am going to use some scraps and the 8.5 by 11 cardstock to mat my photo. And I'm just kind of looking at everything, trying to get an idea of what I have and what I can use for the L shape design. Now this design can be used in many different ways. We are going to pretty much do the same configuration for each of the 3 layouts. And as this is the first one, I am just going to pull out my trimmer now. And as this is the first one, it's going to be, like I said, super simple, because we're going to take them from super simple layouts to what I consider super stunning. But that's my personal opinion. You guys may think otherwise. So I do trim both of my photos down to 3x4s. And that is going to be the size that we use all week long. Today's layout came together fairly quickly. I barely even sped this up. It was about a 15-minute video total. So the simple layout was simple. Oh, I cracked myself up. All right, so I'm going to first mat my 2 photos on this red cardstock, and I believe this is cherry red or real red. I'm not even sure if that's a color anymore from Stampin' Up. I did notice that on the back of my pictures, I had wrote the date, so I went ahead and wrote that to the side on a little index card. And in the process, stuck my picture to the cardstock. So yeah, I don't recommend doing that because I did have to peel it up. But that's okay because I like peeling things up. I am just going to hand trim the first border around my 2 photos. And I didn't butt them up to each other. I left a small gap in between the 2 photos so you could see the red peeking through. I am going to double mat this because that is one way that we can add a little bit of interest to our designs, is by matting our photos 1 or 2 times just to keep it simple. And I had that scrap there in the white, so I decided I'd do it in that white and black, even though you can't tell the patterns on it, which is totally fine because I don't really want you to be able to, but it is going to make the white will make it pop off the page just a smidge more. So I'm going to take this wood, I guess it's like wood pieces, I don't know what to call those, and this plaid paper, and I cut those into 4x12 inch strips. And those are going to be the 2 pattern papers that we use on today's layout. I am just going to try to figure out which way I would like to have the layout going. Do I want the plaid and the wood pieces? And I like it that better. Now, yes, I did mix my colors. Normally, I shy away from blacks and browns together, but as this piece of pattern paper already had it mixed, I thought that was totally fine. So I'm going to lay the first piece down edge to edge, and we're going to create the L right here with the plaid paper. And we're going to go edge to edge as well. You can switch this up by trimming off and making them like 11x4s so that they don't quite go to the edge, but I was trying to keep this as simple as possible. I like my picture to go right in that general area where the little corner meets, and I'm going to get that stuck down already as well because there's not going to be a ton of embellishments or a lot of product used because this is the simple layout. I did pull out some additional items here now, instead of making you guys watch me do all that. This piece right here, when I bought this collection, you guys, honest to goodness, totally thought it was a Christmas collection, and it was not. So I rode the struggle bus on trying to use a lot of the pieces because we're not really outdoorsy people. So that one big white piece there, I just flipped it over and used the white side. And this piece right here, I accidentally stuck completely down to my glass mat. Don't recommend doing that either. And I'm just going to create a cute little photo cluster right here onto the bottom left of the photo. And we're going to have that be our photo cluster. I am going to stick a few things in there. I am going to just add the little wild child sticker right up there to the top. And then I decide it needs to go over here with the cluster because we're only making one cluster today, so I do not want to start adding all over, which, to be 100% honest, was super hard because I'm used to like more is more is more is more and keep adding until there's no room to add anymore. So yeah, simple layouts apparently I struggle with. I do take this little house piece and add that to the cluster as well because we are at that time our house. Now I'm going to go ahead and create a rather large title, and it is going to run right along the bottom of the page. So while I'm getting that all stuck down, I do go back later on and use adhesive, liquid adhesive, to make sure that stays stuck. But those are just the light thickers that I picked up at my Tuesday morning when they did have lots of crafts. So I want to remind you guys that there is a Facebook group. It is the same Facebook group that I used for my mixed media class. It is just, scrap time with Rebecca Lockhart or something to that effect. But I will have a link to that Facebook group down below. If you are creating along with the class, please feel free to add your photos to the photo albums. And if you're not creating along with the class and you're just creating, feel free to add your layouts to the thread. We love to see what everybody creates. It always inspires me and makes me want to create and scrap lift everyone when I see your fabulous layouts. So yeah, I will have albums created for each class and day. So this is week 1, class 1, and that is pretty much how they will be labeled in the albums. And have you seen there, I didn't have any more teas left. I had 4 packages of these, and I apparently should have bought more because I absolutely use these all the time. But I just took an F and trimmed it down to make a T. Totally fine with that. And the title is just going to be Birthday Boy with an exclamation point, I believe. As this video is honestly quickly coming to an end, if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to come back tomorrow to see the second layout and how we took it to the next step up from simple and on our way to get to a stunning of the L design. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button down below if you have not already. And like I said, don't forget to check out the Facebook group. I am going to take some enamel dots and just add them around the page just for a little bit of lump and bump. This is a rather flat layout other than the thickers, and now those, and 2 pieces of chipboard, and now these little enamel dots. But this is it. It's simple, it's cute, it got my point across at what I was trying to scrapbook, and it is, if you guys have taken time off and not scrapbooked every day, this is a good layout to start with to get your crafty mojo kicking again. I am going to go ahead and do, obviously, my messy borders because I felt like it needed something just to finish off the rest of the page. So I just take my black G2 gel pen and I just, in the gray charcoal areas, I just make 2 very wonky, sketchy lines. And I feel like that does make the entire layout come together. You can also border the page. I just always go with the messy lines because I feel like using a mat for the entire layout is wasteful, and I hate having scraps. So there you go. That is it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Here's a couple close-ups, and we'll be back tomorrow. Bye.